What's going on, everybody? Today's deck is appropriately titled Cheat Code, and the reason we're titling this one Cheat Code is because there's no other way to explain the feeling when I'm playing this deck other than I feel like I'm cheating, because we're taking some really big creatures that are really nasty that have negative ETB effects, and we're canceling out those ETB effects with things like Strict Proctor and Hushbringer. Cue the intro, let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today, and thank you so much for clicking on my video as always. In today's video we have a Mardu list that has some really busted creatures that play really well with the brand new card called Strict Proctor from STRIXHAVEN. I can't wait to break this thing down to you and show you just how we absolutely break the system with this deck. But before we do and jump into it, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I just ask if you take a moment to do so. It's a free way to help support the channel, getting us growing out there to more of the community. And then if you hit that little bell, you'll be notified whenever we post a video, which is 3 times a week, as well as when we go live on Wednesdays. I'd love to see you guys there. All right, let's talk about the deck a little bit and then jump into the gameplay footage, because this deck is pretty wild. I guess before we get started completely though and get into it, I do want to say that this deck is not an original thought idea from my brain. I typically like to build decks in my own brain, but this one I actually ran across a version of it on ladder, and someone had beaten me with it, and I thought it was so cool. And we didn't, obviously we only got to see maybe the top 7 to 8 cards of their deck before we lost, but I think I got the gist of it and was able to come together with a cool idea. Also, I'm giving a lot of credit to the stream last week on Wednesday. A lot of you guys helped me with the final version of this deck. You guys all gave me a really good input on the deck, and we talked about it, and I'd like to think that this is part of a community deck that we came together and built together. But the idea, let's jump into it. The idea of this deck is to bring out things like Hushbringer and Strict Proctor, which basically states that ETB effects, or enter the battlefield effects, don't actually trigger. So that's the whole idea of this deck. Hushbringer has a little bit of a bonus where things dying don't actually cause abilities to trigger either, which is great. But Strict Proctor counters abilities when they enter the battlefield, unless the opponent is willing to pay 2, right? Then you don't have to counter the ability. So with both of these cards now in the meta together, and we're able to put 4 apiece in the deck, we're able to find at least one of them to start our game off typically, and then we can start doing some really fun busted things with things like Kroxa. So when Kroxa enters the battlefield on turn 3 after we've dropped a Proctor or a Hushbringer, Kroxa enters the battlefield on turn 3. None of its abilities go off when it enters the battlefield. It does not make your opponent discard a card, but it also doesn't go into the discard pile and then come back and have to be replayed later for exiling effects. We could just play the Kroxa on turn 3, and it's there. It's resolved. It's a 6/6 body on the field, and it's ready to go. Imagine trying to deal with that if you have no black in your deck and no removal spells. It's pretty near impossible to have to deal with a Kroxa on turn 3. We also had things like Haunted Nightmare, which comes in for 3. It's a 4/5 menace body, which is so hard to deal with as you know, a 4/3 menace already. But the fact that it only costs 3 to come into the battlefield, and when it enters the battlefield, you give your opponent a creature, you give one of their creatures a death touch counter. That doesn't happen if we have Proctor or Hushbringer out on the battlefield. We also have a Clackbridge Troll on the top end. Clackbridge Troll gives our opponent 3/01 goats. Otherwise, they get hit in the face immediately with Trample Haste 8/8. Nobody wants to take that on turn 5, especially when we've already hit them for quite a bit of damage already as it is. They're going to be in a really tight spot here, and they're going to have to sacrifice one of their own creatures and allow us to draw a card and gain some life. Instead of sacrificing a goat and shutting down our troll, they're not going to have goats to sacrifice. So very powerful 3-piece setup here to win us the game. How do we get there? Well, we've got some really cool tools like Maze Mind Tome to help us scry and draw to really set up our spells, as well as Vanishing Verse, which is a great removal tool for anything big or anything like a Henge or Embercleave that we need to get rid of off the battlefield. Vanishing Verse is a great way to do that. It exiles as well. We've also got things like Call of the Death Dweller. We have so many creatures that we want to bring back, and if they deal with our Hushbringer or Strict Proctor early, we can bring them back with the Call of the Death Dweller, which is fantastic. We've also got 2 lands that are, also doubling as a mauling to help kill things. And then we also have Showdown of the Skalds. Now, we had a huge debate whether or not Showdown of the Skalds would be affected by the Strict Proctor, stating that any permanent that hits the battlefield doesn't cause abilities to trigger. Well, thanks to the fact that Sagas actually triggered due to the lore counter counter coming onto the card instead of the actual card coming down and effectively activating its first trigger. It does in fact work. We were able to play test this and we were able to get this going. And the fact that we get 1/1 counters to put on our really big creatures can get out of hand really fast. So that right there is the deck in a nutshell. A little pro tip before we jump into the gameplay footage, I want to let you guys know. If we're able to get the Proctor out and our Kroxa gets dealt with down the road and we want to recast Kroxa, let's say on like a turn 4, we can actually play the Kroxa for 2 and pay 2 to counter the Proctor's counter, or to pay 2 to stop Proctor from countering our ability, which means we can pay 2, have our opponent discard their card, so we still get that first Kroxa effect, and then we allow it to counter the second ability, the second trigger on Kroxa, which is where it goes to the graveyard. So nothing but upside on turn 4 by playing Kroxa. It gets the positive effect of drawing a card or discarding a card on your opponent's hand, and it doesn't have to leave the battlefield. So this combo right here alone is really broken, and I'm really excited to show you guys this deck because again, it absolutely clapped me on the ladder one time and I thought it was really sick, so I wanted to show you guys, and we had a lot of fun with this one. So enjoy the gameplay footage and we'll see you guys back here at the end for some final thoughts. Peace. All right, here we go. We're going to be playing a Mardu list made up by you guys during our last stream. This is going to be a lot of fun, man. I already got to play a lot of this list, and it is a banger. It is a beast to play. All right, we get to go first. We have a Proctor, which is really nice, but no creatures. But we do have the Showdown to get us there, too. I think it's an easy keep, I think. Got the mana, too, which is great. Got the mana that we need to make this work. If we're up against a creature deck, might be beneficial because we got the eliminate. We'll see. We shall see. All right, it's red. What do we got for red? Cycling. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know about that matchup. I don't know. What do we think about that matchup, man? I don't know. Entering the battlefield triggers. Does any of their things have enter the battlefield triggers? I don't think they do. I think it's all just effects based on cycling, right? So looks like they took a really bad hand though. If they're playing double red back to back, no creatures by turn 2, they are in a weird spot. And we just top decked gold, baby. Absolute gold. And here we go. Let the combo begin. Let the combo begin. We got ourselves a resolved Kroxa on turn 3. Opponents pooping their pants right now, reading why the they're like, why didn't the Kroxa leave the battlefield? Well, that's because of our new friend, the Proctor. Let's see what our opponent does here. They don't have the best position. Oh, they throw down another red source. They are struggling. Wait, why wouldn't they throw that down for white? Okay, that's pretty good. A 5/4. A 5/4. I guess I can eliminate that though, right? Yeah, easy, all day. Easy claps. Easy claps. We eliminate that bad boy. Why wouldn't they play that for white though? That's confusing to me, but I guess to each their own. Maybe their hand's full of different mana. Hit a sails, okay. They eat a lot of damage here, and they're gonna be really upset when they see the eliminate come down. Because they're like, what do we do here? I mean, do they try to outpace me with maybe 2 of these? But when I take care of one, they're gonna be pretty upset. Pyromancer. I care less about that. I care more about this. Pyromancer does actually deal lethal to the Proctor though. Kind of annoying, but Kroxa's already on the battlefield, so it is what it is. Plus we have another Proctor, so. Alright, see you later. See you later, and let's get in there for some damage, see what they do. Obviously they can't really do anything, they're tapped out. But let's see if they block with Pyromancer, you know what I'm saying? Pyromancer can only trigger once a turn though, right? Yeah, whenever they draw their second card. So it's only going to trigger once a turn, so it can't actually double up and kill Kroxa, which is nice. Got Call of the Death Dweller to bring back our Proctor if we feel like it. I know we have another one in hand, but I like to try to use these cards up before they get exiled. That way we get the most out of our card advantage. Opponent has the Zenith Flare ready to go for 8. That could be really helpful because they honestly gaining 8 life is huge for them. Interesting. I'm in a kind of a bind here, right? Because they could Zenith Flare the Kroxa. Let's see what they do. All right, we get the trigger, so maybe they don't have the Zenith Flare. They're definitely gonna block. Yep, figured as much. All right, and let's go ahead and throw down another Proctor. Why not? Why not? Let's get this one a +1/1 counter. Just get it out of range of like being hit by another Pyromancer or anything strange like that. We should see a scoop here, I think. Yep, there it is. I was gonna say, even with Zenith Flare, they're kind of in a tight spot here, but there we go, man. That's how it's done. A little bit of cheat code nonsense. Man, during playtesting, I went through a landfall opponent. They were playing like Brushfire Elementals and the Hellhound, and once we got Proctor on the field, it was hilarious. They had to pay 2 every time they played a land in order to trigger their creatures. We absolutely shut that deck down, but wasn't recording, unfortunately. So, but this is really good. Really, really good because the mana is perfect for both of these to play. Opponent goes first though. I guess that's fine, but obviously if we can go first here, we'd be in much better shape, but we'll take it. Opponent is on mono white. Okay. Mono white. Enter the battlefield effects. I don't think they're going to have too many of those. All right, let's get the Proctor down. All right, we got 3 showdowns. That's kind of a lot. Kind of a lot of Scalds going on here. They're reading the Proctor. Don't blame them at all. Another Savior. Can they out aggro my Kroxa though? I mean, that Luminarch Aspirant can get past 6, you know, attack and damage pretty fast. Plus they have ways to protect it to get there too, so it's gonna be tricky. We miss a land drop. That's actually not good. We really needed that land drop. Could be nice though to get to that troll. Gonna be tricky. They have some instant speed nonsense. I'm sure it's just a Selfless Saviors trying to trigger for priority here. Can't imagine they'd have anything for 2 mana here that could deal with any of this. Good old Kroxa combo, baby. The Proctor Kroxa combo on the battlefield. We cheated. Yep, we have a turn 3 Kroxa. Deal with it. Thank you. Everyone seems to say nice when that happens. I said the same thing when I saw it. I said the same thing. I was like, oh damn, that's pretty cool. Oh my god, they didn't even want to continue. Did they not realize I missed a land drop there? I missed a land drop. That could have been really bad for us. But if we hit a land drop and they were able to deal with any of this, we could bring it all back with Call of the Death Dweller. But most of the time, white has exiling effects, so might have been hard to beat. Honestly, we were in a tough spot. Man, we are cooking right now. We are cooking 2 easy wins, man. They were fast too. Very quick wins. I'm enjoying this deck a lot, man. Ever since we got this going on stream the other day. Oh wow, what a bad hand. What a bad hand that is. Okay, I guess. Oh man, as soon as I start talking how good this deck is, we get served up some disgusting hands back to back. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We can make this work. We can make this work. Kroxa down. Let's go and just play this straight up for what it is. No cheat codes this game, but hopefully we can win the game without the old cheat codes. Hopefully, actually, I would rather actually be able to find one of them, at least a Proctor or like the Hushbringer, before I can get down a Clackbridge Troll. That combo right there is the most lethal of all. Throwing down an 8/8 Trampler that can come in and just haste right away is so good. It really is. It's so good. And for them not to get any goats that they can sack to it, makes it so much better. It literally breaks the card. All right, we're gonna throw this down for some black mana. And then next turn I can bring back Kroxa if I feel like it down the road. But we have a free Nightmare right now. Opponent's got no creatures on the battlefield, so free Nightmare. I have a Clackbridge Troll ready to go next turn. I might consider just doing it. Yeah, I might just do it. They have no creatures on the board, so we're off to a pretty decent start. But they do run Massacre Worm. Imagine they run Massacre Worm. Oh, there we go. Actually, hold on now. Actually, let's do it, man. Let's get the other Nightmare in, and now next turn the Clackbridge Troll comes in, and we just, honestly, if we can't win the game that way, I don't know what we're doing here. Our opponent is running probably though Blood in the Snow, more than likely. They did just play a creature though, so they did invest a little bit into the board here. So would they Blood in the Snow against us? I don't know. Either way, this is really a lot of damage, so let's go ahead and do it. You guys finally get to see the Clackbridge Troll in action with the Hushbringer. They get no creatures to sack, so they got to sack their own things here. Big W for us there. That was huge. Huge. So now if they don't have Blood in the Snow, we're good to go. But they probably do. They sure do. We knew it too. We knew it. We walked right into it, but it's okay. It's okay. It is what it is. All right, so what do we go back for, if anything? Do we just play the Kroxa straight up? We do lose everything in our graveyard if we play it that way. Maybe the play here is bring back the Nightmare. All right, so does the math add up here? 1, 2, 3. It does. It adds up here just fine. So let's bring back the Nightmare. That puts the Call of the Death Dweller back in the graveyard, which allows us to then play Kroxa. That's not bad. That's not too bad. We do have Menace, so that having Death Touch does not matter to us really, other than the fact that it can kill Kroxa, but it could have killed Kroxa either way. So we're in the same boat. Binding, ouch, okay. They went for Kroxa. I don't think that was the right play, honestly. We have Menace, so they're not going to be able to block this. It's a lot of damage getting through. Binding, man, that's tough. Such a good card. I knew Blood in the Snow was coming too, man. I should have seen it coming. Should have seen it all coming. They gained a lot of life there. No blocks. We are outpacing them, I think, so. That's a good top deck right there. All right, let's get in there for the 4. End our turn. All right, they get to ramp up a little more too. That's fine. They have a land here, so that we're dealing with 3 cards that we just don't know about. Oh, make that 2. Okay, make that 1. We're looking good. They get to learn though. What are they gonna grab this time around? Look at the top 6 cards of your library, a creature card from among them, put it into your hand. All right. Egon. I'm okay with that. Let's do this now. Egon also cannot block. All right, let's get in for 4. So we could potentially kill our opponent here if they don't know what they're doing. So we either win off of this Call of Death Dweller, or we at least get our opponent down to playing just the land, right? So they gotta discard their lesson card, or they die. And if they discard their lesson card, we're good to go, because now all they have is a land. There we go. They chose to die. They didn't. I don't think they realized. I don't think they realized what was going to happen there by discarding the land. But yeah, Kroxa deals 3 damage because they discarded the land. They should have taken the basic conjuration out of their hand, but then they would have only been on a land draw, which would have put us in a really good spot to win anyway. So let's go. All right, that was a close call though. They really almost brought it back on us. They really did. That Blood in the Snow, man. I knew I was walking into it, but I had to give it a shot. All right, let's see what we got here. So we got a Hushbringer followed by a Kroxa. Seems really good. And then, do we have the lands though? No, we'd have to top deck one land in order for it to go back to back. But I like it. I like it. I definitely think this is not terrible. So we'll go black here. We'll go white here, Hushbringer, and hopefully top deck another land that's red. Okay, that's not a red source. Let's give it a shot. Can this survive 2 turns to get to Kroxa? Hopefully it only needs to survive 1, but we got to top deck a red source. That is not a red source. Oh man. Oh man. Kind of an awkward hand for the lands. Forgot to turn off my notifications from the stream, but thank you for that subscription. I'm gonna go and turn off the notifications so we don't get another one of those. Thank you so much for that sub. Appreciate it. Man, you guys have been absolutely bonkers with the subscriptions, and just our channel's been growing immensely lately, and I just want to say thank you for that. You guys have been showing mad support, and I appreciate it so much. All right, they go for a main phase Omen of the Sea before a land drop. Does that mean they're short on lands? That could be really helpful for us. I don't think this card's going to be relevant in this matchup, so I'm going to play it as a land this turn. We're going to get down Kroxa and then just start going in. Obviously, they have a lot of removal in these Sultai ultimatum decks. They really missed their land drop. Wow. Okay, they are not going to win this game, I don't think. I don't think they're going to win this one. Obviously, things like Eliminate and Heartless Act are definitely cards which we might see here, but we'll see. Obviously, Bloodchief's Thirst is a thing too. Heartless Act, yep. We had a feeling. But you know what's really good is we have the Clackbridge Troll, and it is ready to go already. How do you deal with an 8/8 Trample Haster that with no downside? Like, I don't think you can. You just can't. GG's. I don't really take solace in that one. Our opponent really got screwed on mana, so, but we'll take it. Man, it looks like we're gonna get a lot of gameplay footage in with this deck. I didn't really expect that, but I guess this is a pretty aggressive deck, but. All right, interesting hand. It goes straight into the Nightmare with the Hushbringer. Let's hope. I really want to see a matchup where our Hushbringers and our Proctors actually shut down our opponent's game plan. That would be sweet. Vanishing Verse in hand too, which is awesome. Oh, okay. So is this a Winota deck? That is my next question. Is this a Winota deck? This would have shut down the Learn, man, but unfortunately for us, we went second. We would have beat them too on that. They would have been able to get this last land drop, which I'm sure is going to help them get the Winota going. Well, we can hold up removal for Winota if that's the case. We have Vanishing Verse. So we can kill the Professor in front of us. Is it Winota? Bum, bum, bum. Let's find out. Let's find out. That's your cue. All right. It's a Redain. Okay. Okay. I'm not too concerned about a Redain, but I still want to kill it. Maybe. I may regret not killing it here, but I think I'm going to allow it to stay for a moment longer. Kroxa, good to see you, my friend. Okay. So, we play Kroxa. We play a black source. Hold up Vanishing Verse. Say go. Good luck with that one. A turn 4 Kroxa. How you gonna beat that? With a Winota? I think not, my friend. I think not, my friend. Are you gonna run your cleric right into my Kroxa? I dare you. Oh, you are, just to get that one human, huh? A Winota. Your cheap tricks won't work here. Do I kill the Hushbringer play here? Or actually, I don't think so. I think I just do this. That way Winota doesn't trigger again. I'll take the 4, whatever. I'll take the 4. Got the Vanishing Verse, but it doesn't work for us here. Let's just play the Nightmare and the Maze Mind Tome. Let's get in there, deal some damage. Our Nightmare blocks the Winota just fine. We're eating up our opponent's hand now every turn. Didn't get to hold up, you know, removal this time around, but still feeling pretty good about where we're at. Winota decks don't typically have board wipes, so I'm not too concerned about that. And they're very much incentivized to hold back the Winota here because it's just going to run straight into a Nightmare and die. Nope, just kidding. It just got a lot bigger. Bone Crusher, huh? Wonder how long they've had that. If they've had it for a while, they probably should have played that a lot sooner. Alright, Vanishing Verse can kill the Aspirant, so this can't get any bigger. I definitely feel good about racing our opponent here because we are going to gain 4 life eventually with the Tome. So let's start scrying right away. That's pretty good. Actually, not really against the Winota deck. We already got what we need out of the battlefield tricks. I guess we didn't want that though, did we? Straw card. Ooh, it's a Scalds. Ooh, I want to play that, but unfortunately just can't do it. Put it down to 1. They say good game, but I don't know if it's over yet. I'll give them a good game back. We'll see. If they go to attack step, we'll kill the Aspirant before I can get the 1/1 counter off. What you got for me? A Kenrith. Ooh. Ooh, that Kenrith can get haste. Ooh, what to do? What's less damage? 6/7. Probably. If I should probably kill the Kenrith, huh? Should probably kill the Kenrith because it's gonna get haste, right? Kenrith dead. Now we win the game. Opponent's got a tough decision now. They got to decide to either block or send it. Obviously sending it, they lose the game guaranteed. If they block, they have a chance, but actually they don't have a chance because Kroxa hits their hand for 3. Yeah, they were doomed. They were doomed the moment we killed Kenrith. Wow, we ranked up pretty quickly with this deck. Nice, up to Platinum Tier 3 already. We reached a Mythic last season, literally on the last day, so I'm glad to be starting in Platinum. All right, we are 20 minutes into the video as far as gameplay footage goes, so we probably got about 2 more games in us. I hope you're all having a fantastic day out there today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and clicking on the video today. And if you made it this far, man, thank you. You guys are the best. I don't know how you guys sit through these videos so long, man, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. All right, this is gonna be tough to beat. We are not prepared. We do not have the hand for this battle, and we go second. Wouldn't be surprised if we lose this one. Would not be too surprised at all. Nightmare's gonna give a death touch counter to something. That's really bad, especially if it has first strike. I guess we do this. I guess I probably should have played the Tome. What am I thinking here? The Tome was definitely the better play, so we could start the life game process as soon as possible. That was a more greedy play that I just took, and it might cost me. I could play the Nightmare strictly just to block with and try to save some life total. Damn, they got the Rimrock Knight going. Annex. We knew that was coming sooner or later. Alright, let's go ahead and get some blocks in there. That's all we can do. So all we can do is get a little bit of blocks in there. If they were smart, they'd give this death touch counter to the Fervent Champion because that's first strike. It would really incentivize me not to block it. Because now I could technically block it, kill it, and it'd be gone, but either way. Either way. Let's take out their token generator, and there's Embercleave. We lose the game. That puts that to a lot. Alright, that was not our matchup for one, and for two, we did not have the hand to make that work. A Hushbringer early would have been great. Getting Kroxa down, you know, turn 3, we definitely can compete with mono red, but we just didn't have what it took on that game, and they went first, so GG. All right, well, that game went really fast. We might actually get some more games in, but anyways, yeah, that stunk. But at least we ranked up prior to losing that game, so we didn't actually lose any rank that time around. So that's pretty good. This is awkward. We have a great hand as far as mana goes, but our cards in hand absolutely suck. All right, whatever. We gotta try it. I don't think we can mulligan again, unfortunately. Opponent did mulligan. Maybe we can mulligan again. Yay. There we go. That's so much better. We get rewarded. Okay. We get rewarded. Kind of. We do need to get land drops off the top. Throw this down for a black source immediately so we don't have to worry about our tapped lands. Up against something with snow, huh? Ooh, hold on. Yeah, still think I should do it. Because if we miss our 4th land drop, Kroxa is going to be coming out a turn too late. So I think this is the way to do it. Hushbringer down, and our opponent's on Izzet Snow, so it's gonna be a lot of control cards here. Very good chance this gets Bone Crusher Giant stomped. We're gonna be in for a tough matchup here if that happens, because okay, hold on, we might be okay. Hopefully this doesn't get countered. No counter spell magic. Essence Scatter would be terrible for us. Okay, I can live with that. I can live with that. We can recast it. That's fine. Interesting. It's kind of like an Aether Gust. And they scoop. They got more mana screwed than we did. So, in that case, we really got rewarded for having the guts to mulligan that 3rd time. Our opponent did not have the guts to do it, and I don't blame him, but yikes. This has been the most wild set of games I've ever had, I think, ever recording a video. We are already on game number 8. These games are going by so fast, and a lot of them due to like some weird weirdness like that last game. Up against Vanquish. That's a cool name. All right, this is a cool hand, right? But it's slow if you think about it. Opponent goes first too. See if we can make it work. We'll see. All right, fair enough. I do like using my normal lands first because you never know what kind of double lands you're going to draw, but in this particular case, I got to get Kroxa down on a turn 2, so... Start eating up our opponent's hand as much as we can. I would like to maybe save one Kroxa in hand, though, in case we top deck a Hushbringer or something like that. Getting a Kroxa on the battlefield would be so good, too, because I don't know if you know... Kroxa is a giant, so it doesn't get affected by their board sweepers and things like that, so having it out in the battlefield could be really good. It might be super hard for them to deal with, if not impossible, really. So we gotta get it on the battlefield as soon as possible. Yeah, let's just save it. Let's just save it. Oh, I hate doing that, but we got to do it. Let's go ahead and crack a Fabled Passage next turn. That'll get 1 extra card in the graveyard for our Kroxa. And then maybe we showdown next turn, but I hate doing a showdown and having closed mana, because if we do it on turn 4 and cast Showdown of the Skulls, if we pull mana from the side, you know, from the exile pile and not be able to cast it, it might be a waste. We'll see though. I think that's the play. I think we still gotta cast it regardless. Or maybe we just mauling that. That could be good too. Yeah, I think I need to kill that. Them being able to draw cards with that is too good. I honestly forgot what it did. That's pretty good. So mauling it is next turn. We gotta fish out a black source. So we will hit the Scalds the following turn. Opponent's got some stuff going on. I don't know what they're trying to do or what's taking them so long, but they have something at instant speed they can cast. It's obviously Bone Crusher Giant is available, obviously, but don't know if that's what's holding their priority right now, or if they're thinking about another style of play. Okay, that's weird. They're both legendary, so they got to get rid of one. Don't know why they would do that. Is there a benefit to that? If a giant wizard or spell you control is dealt damage to it this turn, draw a card. That was really strange. I don't know if they... Yeah, I was like, I don't think they meant to do that. This is interesting because I'm in Platinum right now, which means these are all Mythic players I'm playing from the previous season. Which honestly seems extremely odd to me. I'm going for the troll play. Opponent has no board state. They have a huge incentive to tap me down, which is great. I could just keep drawing cards, and there's no real spell that our opponent can cast that's gonna hurt our troll. They run a lot of burn, so good luck burning it for 8 damage. So it just might fuel us up quite a bit as far as card draw. Yeah, I don't know what our opponents are doing today, man. What a weird day of games. I mean, I'll take it where I can get it, but geez Louise. Alright, so let's go for a Scald's play. See if we can't find ourselves a land as well as a Proctor or something like that. Could be good. Then we can start considering dropping in Kroxa next turn. Red, black, black. So we need white. Oh no, we ran out of white sources. I did not expect that. Now I can't play the... That's unfortunate. Well, I do have 2 Kroxas, so let's go and slam one down here right now. Just make them discard. I really thought I could pull out another Plains from the deck, but apparently I didn't have any more. That was a mistake. Because I could have played the Pathway and got the Proctor out, which is what I wanted to do, but either way, opponent said, no thank you, I've had enough, and I don't blame them. They didn't exactly play that so great. All right, here we go. This should be our last game. We have been on an absolute rampage with this deck. Yeah, I guess I feel a little bad though. I don't know if this is gonna come off as a good video or not with all the weird games that we've had, but hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm still having a lot of fun playing the deck, but it's kind of odd. I have to mulligan that. Didn't want to, but I have to. Might just get the Maze Mind Tome down early here. Get that going. Depending on what I top deck here. Alright, it's a Hushbringer. Okay. Okay. I mean, Proctor can actually... I'm going Proctor. Proctor might shut down some nonsense our opponent might have going on here, but it also can block this Fairy Guide Mother pretty easily, so... That's why we put it down here. Save us some life total early. If they're like an Azorius Flyers deck, this could be really helpful. Especially if they start pumping it up with some like enchantments. We can exile it. See what our opponent does here though. I'm curious to know what their deck is. To play a Fairy Guide Mother that early. This also could be Magecraft, which again, this could be really helpful. What are they doing though? They're considering something here. But yeah, Magecraft is really cool, man. I really want Magecraft to be good. I don't know if it is quite there yet though, honestly. I've tried it a few times and I've tried to make it work in a couple of different color schemes, but just can't seem to get it right. All right, that seems like something they should... Oh, actually it would have had Summoning Sickness either way. I was gonna say they should have done that prior, but Never mind, I'm a bot and I don't know how the card actually works, so. Alright, let's go red. Hold up Vanishing Verse. I would like to get the tome down here, but that's a lot of damage coming through from an angel, so. Gonna just Vanishing Verse it. Hopefully they pump it even more with some other stuff. They will with that. Yep, that's what I wanted. We'll be seeing you, Angel. We'll be seeing you, and that gives us one extra turn to kind of think of how to deal with the Aspirant. I don't have a really great way to deal with it, per se. Except for Vanishing Verse, but... Alright, let's go with black. And then we'll tome and draw a card, hopefully hitting a land. And then the following turn we can hit him with a Clackbridge Troll. So no attacks, we can hold up blocks here. We can block the Aspirant when it gets to 2. We'll put a stop here just in case we missed a land drop on our draw here. We need to hit that land. Alright, they're up to some weirdness. I don't know what kind of deck we're up against here, to be honest, but okay. We'll make it work. Alright, so we draw a card. We don't hit a land drop, so we got a scry here. What do we get? Kroxa is really good, and yeah, I'm gonna keep it. So we're gonna do the Kroxa trick where we cast it and we get the discard effect, but not the actual exile effect. So we'll do that right now. So we will pay 2 mana here to stop the first effect from being countered, and then we allow the second effect to get countered. There goes our opponent's card. Good luck getting through this bad boy right here. So far it looks like our opponent's mono white, but they're running knights too, which tells me it might be red in there. Oh, it's Orzhov. Okay. I'm confused, and that's okay. Man, if we could just get that land off the top this next go around, we can get this Clackbridge trolling, and then I don't see how our opponent can win, honestly. Pacifism, that's annoying. That's annoying. Can't block now. That's a big hit. That's a big hit. Let's go. Land. That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. Let the nonsense begin, my friend. Good luck with this one. No goats for you. Would you like to sacrifice your Aspirant? Or would you like to take 8? Your call, my friend. 8 is a lot of damage, but so is the Youthful Knight dealing, 5 next turn and stuff like that. So they are able to kind of keep pace with us, but we are going to gain 4 life, so not too worried about it. And we really should start getting in with the Proctor. I kind of was using it as a bluff to block with, but they seem to not care at all and just kind of running through it. And at this point, they're so big, they don't care anyways. So let's start getting in there for some extra damage. Okay, well, look at that. I get absolutely clapped the moment I do it. That's fine, though. That's fine. We got life gain coming. They've got a lot of little cute combat tricks and stuff, too. Kind of annoying. Well, that's annoying because now they sacrifice to the Clackbridge Troll, and our friend here gets a flyer on the battlefield. So this is very, very much necessary to this plan. We'll do this. Now they don't get any flyers. We go to attack step. What do you want to do about it? What do you want to do about it? I bet you think that your Broodmoth is going to help you, but guess what? It's not. Go ahead and sack your Aspirant. They think they're going to get a flyer. Hushbringer's going to tell them, no, you don't. And then we hopefully run right through their face. Let's give it a shot. They also probably think that they're in a good spot here to kill us, but we also have the 4 life gain that hopefully they also forgot about. Looks like they didn't forget. Fair enough. Will they block with the Broodmoth? No. No blocks, huh? All right. I would like to cast this, but we're so low on mana, we can't do that. How do we want to do this? I guess, no, never mind. We're doing it right. We're doing it right. This is so bad for us, man. That was such a clutch move on their part. Pacifism. Imagine we lose this game to pacifism. Let's see what they do with this attack here. This will really honestly give away all their game plan here. So they're really going for the aggressive. Try to get them dead play, huh? I can live with that. That's not lethal. My turn. And we, unfortunately for them, we do have lethal. Because of the trample, so we'll go ahead and play this too. So we're gonna get a lot of life here because they're gonna have to sacrifice at least 2 creatures here. And we get tapped down, so we will have to block with the Hushbringer here too. It's a lot of life gain though, so we might be okay here. So 3 more life puts us at what? 11. So we're out of range of lethal again, which I figured. No attacks. We'll use that as a blocker. Unless we get pacified, then I'm gonna feel really silly, but that's fine too. Either way, we're fine because we're out of the range of lethal. We have a pretty decent hand too. Aggro Mauling being really good for us. I guess block the bigger one. What am I doing? What am I doing? I was just trying to get some life gain out of it because that's first strike, but this is fine. All right, let's Hushbringer again. That way, if they sack these 2 creatures, they don't get any flyers. Haha, they thought they could sack and get those flyers, huh? Not today. GG's. Well played games, and that one will wrap it up, and we'll go ahead and hit it with some final thoughts. We'll see you guys there. Welcome back, and I hope you all enjoyed that gameplay footage as much as I enjoyed playing it. It was interesting. Like I said, it feels almost bad when you're able to cast the Kroxa on turn 3 and your opponent has to try to figure out how to deal with it. It's quite the nightmare, honestly, and I had a lot of fun with it. And I also think that this deck can be taken and played in so many different ways, because with Proctor and Hushbringer shutting down ETB effects, you really can get creative here, and you could really look for different cards with negative ETB effects but have really positive, you know, stats like a Nightmare or a Clackbridge Troll. I'm sure there are a little bit more cards out there where you can kind of mess around with this deck. We've tried a couple that didn't really work. Things like, you know, when a creature enters the battlefield as an additional cost, you have to sacrifice a creature. There are a lot of those types of creatures that didn't actually work with this deck because it was an additional cost to casting. It wasn't an actual enter the battlefield effect. So you can get creative. I'm sure you can find other ways to manipulate this deck and have fun with it. But if you do find a way to, you know, add or take out something that might benefit this deck in the future, definitely let me know in the comments below on how you did that. And I'd be curious to see, because I'm always down to learn new things. And with this deck in particular, I found it was really hard, and I really needed to get that collective hive mind together on chat in order for us to put this thing together properly. So just let me know down below in the comments what you guys think of the deck, if you enjoyed it, if you have any ideas of changing it. But for now, I'm going to leave my version alone. I'm really enjoying it right now, and I'm having fun playing it, so this is going to be what it is for now. But we've come to the part of the video, my favorite part of the video, where we get to give sweet shout outs to every single one of you guys out there who watch my videos and always make it this far. And if you're new here and you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much. You have no idea how much that helps the algorithm and pushing my video out to more people the longer you guys stay here and watch all the way through. So thank you, and I really do appreciate that a lot. But I also like to give a special shout out to all of my YouTube members that have hit the join button and became members of the Swayze Club. Starting it off from the top, I want to give a quick shout out to our newest member, Leonardo Pianelli. thank you so much for joining the Swayze Club. I really appreciate that a lot. And from Leonardo, we go down to the list. We have Get Looky, we have Daisy, we have Jay, Kevin, Zeke, Watts, and Beef Drew. Some of you guys going on your 3rd month already. Thank you all so much. I really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate each and every one of you. You're so special to me, and honestly, the fact that you want to help out the channel monetarily like that means the world to me. So thank you so much. And yeah, we're gonna keep this thing rolling. I still have another pack opening before, you know, the end of this next month. I need to get going. Just got to get a box, just waiting to get enough money to get it. But we do want to do another pack opening for members only. If you're not a member and want to become a member, you can hit that little join button below. It gives you access to free pack opening videos that other people don't have access to, as well as our live VODs for YouTube and some really cool emotes you can drop in the chat. So that's going to be it for today's video, though, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday for the next one, as well as the live stream. Till next time, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, you know Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man, man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.